Saba was a poor woman who carried the weight of the entire world on her frail shoulders. Her husband had left long ago, her old mother was bedridden and constantly in need of medicine, and her only son, little Ayan, was her only source of strength and hope. Every morning before sunrise, she would cook a simple meal, wrap her son's books in an old cloth, and prepare herself for another long day of work. She was not just a mother but also a warrior fighting to protect her child's dreams. Despite the exhaustion and the endless struggles, Saba's heart never let her give up because Ayan's innocent smile was her only reason to survive. One morning, after a night of tears and unpaid bills, Saba realized she could not leave Ayan alone at home. Her mother's health was fragile, and there was no one to watch the boy. With no choice left, she held Ayan's tiny hand and took him along to the tall glass building where she worked as a cleaning lady. She knew her colleagues would mock her, but her child's safety mattered more than their cruel laughter. Ayan looked around at the glittering skyscraper with wide eyes. For him, this was a palace, but for his mother, it was a battlefield where she had to fight not only dust and dirt but also people's judgment. As soon as they entered the office, whispers and giggles filled the air. The other employees, dressed in expensive suits and perfumes, laughed at the sight of a little boy walking behind the woman who mopped their floors. One man joked, "Look, the cleaning lady is starting a daycare now." A woman sneered, "She should know her place. This is a company, not a playground." Saba's eyes burned with humiliation, but she swallowed her tears and bent down to clean the floor with trembling hands. Ayan, sensing his mother's pain, quietly sat in a corner, clutching his old notebook, his innocent face glowing with silent strength. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened, and silence swept across the office. The CEO, Mr. Zion, a tall and powerful man in an expensive gray suit, stepped out with his usual commanding presence. His eyes, sharp as a hawk, scanned the room, but for the first time, something unusual caught his attention. In the corner sat a small boy with curious eyes and a heart too pure for such a cruel world. Zion's footsteps slowed as he walked directly toward Ayan, ignoring the shocked stares of his staff. Kneeling down so he could meet the boy's eyes, Zion asked softly, "What are you doing here, son?" The boy hesitated, then answered with pure innocence, "I didn't want my mother to work all alone. She gets so tired, so I came to stay with her." His words pierced Zion's heart like a dagger. For the first time in years, the mighty CEO felt something stir inside him, compassion, respect, and admiration for this child who thought beyond his age. Behind them, Saba froze, her heart pounding in fear that her son's words might offend the boss. But to everyone's shock, Zion stood tall, turned to his staff, and said firmly, "This boy is not a burden. He is my guest." The employees gasped, exchanging guilty glances as Zion ordered one of the managers to bring a small desk, some books, and even toys for the child. Within minutes, Ayan had a place of his own inside the grand office, a space where he could learn, draw, and dream. The same people who laughed moments ago now lowered their eyes, ashamed of their cruelty. Tears rolled down Saba's cheeks as she whispered, "Sir, you have not only given my son respect but also lifted my head with honor. I will never forget this kindness." Zion placed a gentle hand on Ayan's shoulder and replied, "Your son deserves a chance at life, and from today, I will make sure his education is my responsibility." For Saba, who had spent years fighting poverty alone, these words felt like a miracle sent from heaven. From that day on, the office was no longer a place of humiliation but a place of hope. Ayan's eyes sparkled with new dreams, and Saba's heart finally felt lighter. The employees, once arrogant, now understood a powerful lesson, that true wealth is not measured by money but by humanity and kindness. And dear friends, as you listen to this story, remember, one small gesture of kindness can change someone's entire world. If you believe in spreading positivity and want more inspiring stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because together, we can make kindness go viral.